Hey everybody, Greater Good Mining here. So I just did a Cellhasher video where I showed you how to start building your own Cellhasher. So I just started with one phone in that video because it is a start to finish epic guide. It's like 35 minutes long. So if you guys are wanting extreme detail on exactly how to do this, then I recommend checking out that video. I'll show it on the screen right now. I'll leave a link to it in the description. I've got a cell phone playlist that's in there. So today I wanted to see how long would it take me to do one of these phones if I timed myself, and then kind of like extrapolate that up to the 20 full phones it would take to build this Cellhasher that I'm showing on the screen. So let's go ahead and get into it. One thing I wanted to let you guys know and mention to you is when I bought my phones off eBay, the phones were locked, and all I had to do was go to Walmart, buy a SIM card for whichever network you're using, and then activate it for like a month or something like that. So I paid for like 1 month prepaid, non-renewing, and that way I could unlock all these phones. Now that I've got them all unlocked, I want to start building up my Cellhasher. So let's go ahead and start this off. I'm gonna do a timer on one of the ones that I prepped. These phones are very useful. So I will start my timer and I'll go start to finish to build the phone up so I can plug it into the Cellhasher.
So one of the things you need to do to start with is change some settings in your phone. And like I said, I go into deep detail in another video, and I would encourage you to watch that video, like I said. So this is just going to be a time lapse, and I'm going to briefly explain what I'm doing. So I'm removing this cover so I can access the BMS cable. We need to unplug that from the phone. We need to remove the battery from the phone. Also, I wanted to note that it took about a minute to get the cover off the back of the phone to access this battery and everything. So I will add 1 minute to the total time that you see at the very end after this time lapse is done, because it takes about a minute to get that back off of the phone as well. So let's go ahead and take the BMS cable off the battery here. And then in the next step, I get everything set up to solder and connect the wire that will actually connect to the Cellhasher itself. Now this part's a little bit fiddly. As you can see, I'm struggling here. It took me a while to get the cable like soldered. I had some issues. So one thing I'll say is this was my first phone that I had done in a while. And after I went through and did 4 more phones, I decided to retime myself actually, because I wanted to see, after I did my first one and after I improved my techniques in soldering and everything, it got so much easier with my next phone. I set up like an assembly line, unscrewed all the back plates, then unplugged the batteries all at once. And I didn't advance to the next step until all 4 phones were done. And it was such a faster way to do this. So if you're getting frustrated and you feel like it's taking a really long time to get your first phone done, don't give up, don't get discouraged, because the next phones that I did were so much easier because you memorize the process and then it becomes so much easier. Don't get discouraged. Continue watching the video, and I'll show in just a second how long it took to do this first phone, and then I will show you the time it took me on average to do the next 4 phones. And the results are very encouraging. I was very excited that by the end of this, I was able to add another 6 phones or so to my farm. I have a total of 7 phones going right now at this moment. And then I'll be adding another 13 more pretty soon. So I have a full, complete 20 Cellhasher units. So 14 minutes, 33 seconds. Let's call it 15 minutes and 33 seconds because as I said, I started with the back off the phone. So let's say 15 minutes, 33 seconds to do the first phone start to finish. Now let me show you how quick it was after I got the hang of it again. Sorry to interrupt your video, but a quick word from the sponsor of the video, EMCD. Are you sick of mining pools taking 3% fees and offering subpar tools in return? Then you should check out EMCD. They offer extremely competitive pool fees coming in at just 1.5%. Not only that, but if you have any trouble, you can talk to a real human 24/7 to help you resolve any issues quickly. That kind of support is very valuable because, as you know, time is money in crypto. Their intuitive all-in-one dashboard helps you keep organized and includes payouts, rewards, and even an option for up to 8% auto staking with 0 extra step. You should definitely be taking advantage of merged mining if you can. And in this case with EMCD, you can not only mine Bitcoin, but you can mine fractal Bitcoin. You can not only mine Litecoin, but you can mine Litecoin, Dogecoin, Bells, Lucky, Pep, Junk, and Dingo. With Caspa, you can mine Caspa and CAU. So merge mining is a great way to take advantage of using one piece of hardware to mine multiple coins, and EMCD has it set up for you right here in your dashboard. If you want to give EMCD a shot, I'll have 2 separate links for special offers in the description. The first link is for new users that will get 20% off discount on commissions on the first 30 days. The second link is a bonus link, and you should use it if you have more than 5 petahash of Bitcoin hash rate. If you bring more than 5 petahash of hash rate to the table, then you can unlock special offers and discounts if you mine with EMCD. Make sure you use the links and punch in discount code greater for the best deal. EMCD also auto optimizes your setup so you can squeeze maximum profit out of your rigs. Thanks again to EMCD for sponsoring this video. Now let's get back to the video.
Okay, so it took me 40 minutes. I'll show you the exact time on the screen to go start to finish on these 4 phones after I got like an assembly line going. So I would say it's probably about 10 minutes per phone. And I took my time with this. I wasn't in any kind of hurry. I just kind of like went through the process of everything I showed you guys in my main big build video, my 35-minute long video where I go into extreme detail. I did all of that on all 4 of these phones, and it was really pretty easy. So next, let's go ahead and load them up in the Cellhasher and we'll get them mining.
It gets kind of tight working on these things, so just make sure you're giving yourself enough room to plug in everything you need to plug in. Not only this power cable, but the USB-C needs to be able to plug into the back of the phone as well. Don't forget also that you need to allow access to the computer that you're going to be using these on for each phone as you go, and you need to do it on each computer you plan to use for managing your Cellhasher. Now I'm loading these in to test them to make sure they power on, but what I'd recommend that you do is when you go to scale up, make sure you have access to the front of the screen, 1 phone at a time. You need to allow access on the phone to each computer that you plan to use the Cellhasher on. So don't go building this thing full 20 phones without allowing access on each phone to whichever computer you want to use. Don't forget to watch that full video if you're getting serious about doing this. I go into much more detail there.
I'm going to flip on the switch, and I'm going to have to power these on one at a time for now. I don't have a script set up where they'll automatically start mining or anything like that, and I still have to run scripts and allow access on each of these phones. So I did talk about this in my long, deep explanation video, but you'll have to connect it to whichever computer you think you'll probably manage it on the most. I'm going to connect this and allow these phones access on 2 different computers in my house. That way, if one fails or if I need to work on this in the office, then I can have access on both. So let's go ahead and fire it up. 1, 2, 3, wait. All right, fans are spinning. Let's power on all the phones.
Okay, so they all powered up, and now I wanted to show you real quick how to allow access. I have a separate USB cable plugged into one of the ports that has a long cord on it, and you can see that I plugged it in and it says allow USB debugging. Hit always allow from computer, hit allow, and then you're going to need to do that for each computer and each phone, like I said. So now I'm going to pop the phone back in and slide it back into the USB-C that is connected to the motherboard. Then we should be good to go. You should be able to access this on whatever computer you do that on. And I recommend doing it ahead of time, 1 phone at a time while you're building.
Okay, now we've allowed access on each of the phones to the computer, the new phones we added. We are seeing them in the Cellhasher. We've got 7 phones showing up. So let's get them mining some Verus. Okay, we've got all 7 phones up and mining Verus right now. Now let's see what happens when we shut the screens off. How many watts did we save? So we're around anywhere from like 54 to 55 watts right now. I'm gonna hit this button right here to send these screens all to sleep. Right here, this one. Sleep all devices. All the devices screens are off. So we went from 54 or 55 watts down to like 38 watts, 37, 38 watts. So that is a significant savings in power consumption.
I'm pretty excited to continue scaling up my Cellhasher. So I'm on viper.net, and right now I'm getting like 48 mega hash per second, but my average is about 41 mega hash per second. So that's almost 6 mega hash per second per phone. So if you scale this up, you should be able to get about 120 mega hash per second on Verus. But I don't plan to just continue to mine Verus with this Cellhasher. For now, I'm using Verus to scale this up and stack some Verus. I do want to stack some Verus And I also want to use this to spec mine and get into some other projects. But for now, since it's easy to get set up on Varus, I want to scale up using Varus. I'm familiar with it. I know about how much wattage it takes, how much hash rate I should get per phone. So I like scaling up with something I'm familiar with. Once it's scaled up to 20 phones, I'll do another video showing you, the build up to 20 phones, and then maybe I'll get into another project. So you guys let me know in the comments if you have other projects that you're mining with your cell phones. I was thinking about looking at, mining some Accurast and things like that. I know they're out of testnet and everything, but there's other projects and other opportunities. Once I get more used to the Cellhasher and the software, they have a new beta software I want to try out. So I have tons more content that I plan to do and want to do with the Cellhasher. If there's anything you guys want to see, let me know in the comments below. If you like the video, please hit the like button, and please use the affiliate link for the Cellhasher. They are currently out of stock on some of the units, but I talked to the Cellhasher team. They said they'd be back in stock like within the week or so. So continue to check the Cellhasher website. Please use the affiliate link if you go do that. I really appreciate the support. Like the video if you enjoyed the content. Consider subscribing to my channel to see how I continue to progress with my cell phone mining farm. And last but not least, don't forget to keep it decentralized for the greater good. The greater good.